extreme, an utterly hyperbolic word in the fitness industry, along with insane and hardcore. Really? Only in rare cases might us mere mortals actually witness the true meaning of extreme. I decided to examine an event that could, more than most, live up to that hype. Where does one go to explore extreme? How about what might be called the extreme Midwest, somewhere between Cincinnati and Cleveland, more commonly known as Columbus, Ohio? Probably not everyone's first choice. Hey, that's weightlifter and writer The Mighty Cat, who joined me on this quest, and she's giving you a big clue why we're here. The Arnold Sports Festival, named after a former governor of California, who was also a barbarian and a school teacher. And at some point before that, he was the most influential bodybuilder ever. Although this festival started as a bodybuilding contest in 1989, it is now, well, a bit more. Come on, girl, sit me out. Honestly, my game. I will open everything. Yeah, we'll do the same. You are the one for me. Nobody else. At the Arnold, there are a bunch of folks vying for various titles and medals, from weightlifting to gymnastics to fencing, powerlifting, and of course, the famous pageantry of bodybuilding. If you look around a bit, you'll see quite a few claims that at least hint at being extreme. Extreme dieting and supplement use to achieve an extreme aesthetic may be the most recognized idea of what the Arnold is, but that doesn't interest me. I'm here for a specific reason. These guys. Repeater spitting poison! See, I'm interested in strength, real strength, not some proposed illusion of it. And although there are several sports to choose from here that display it, the one I find to be the biggest example of extreme is this. The Arnold Strongman Classic now rivals the bodybuilding contest as the biggest event here, at least in terms of spectators. Former powerlifting champion Jan Todd, who helps run the event with her husband Terry every year, has some insight to its growing popularity.
You know, there's maybe a line from T.S. Elliot about talks about what he calls the fascination of that which is difficult. I mean, it's obviously physical, but I think it's also an attitude, and I think that the more you're into strength, the more you realize that it allows you to do more things and sort of opens other possibilities for you.
Watch you while you dream. Strength as a spectacle can therefore be strength as inspiration. You can witness that possibility to do more and be more. Be more for these guys, though, means be a lot more. The size of the crowd rivals the bodybuilding shows, but the size of the competitors makes this the pound-for-pound largest event here, and possibly anywhere.
This stone weighs a tad under 300 pounds. Which means it actually weighs about 200 pounds. But that's a lot for me.
This stone right here weighs, get this, 535 pounds. That's like this one, the actual 300, plus the 200, plus 6 or 7 of these guys. Stones. You don't find an older benchmark for strength than these. Throughout history and throughout the world, stones have been thrown, picked up, or carried to assess some level of physical capability. Modern strongman stone lifting has roots in Northern Europe. As the man in the kilt, historian and head Arnold Strongman judge David Webster will explain.
Through the centuries and so on, and still known today, they had what they call the Clachhood fir, which means the stone of strength, and they've got the manhood stones. And the manhood stone is when a young man thought I'm now a man, you know. Okay, prove it. There's the stones, and if you could lift this stone onto the wall at waist height, you were a man.
He's so massive through those hips and that upper back.
The oldest known Scottish testing stone is in Glen Lyon and was used to challenge potential members of an elite army to fight off Roman invasion.
Bulgakis was an ancient Celtic chief, and he fought against the Roman armies there. But he found his elite warriors by 2 tests of strength. They had to jump 2 kilt widths in height, which would take you to about 4 feet or 4'6", and you had to lift a stone onto a plinth. Now that stone is still there. If you come to Scotland, you're likely to go down to the Glen Lyon, try the Glen Lyon stone, which goes back to the Romans invading Scotland.
This event is called the Circus Dumbbell. And it harkens back to the days when circuses roamed the earth. To have a circus back then, you needed a strongman. And to be a circus strongman, you'd better put on a show. Because you were the star. You probably had top billing over the trapeze act and even the elephant. Often more prop than training tool, more showy than heavy, the Circus Strongman would build intimidating toys, like some of these here at the Stark Center Archives, to hoist around on stage with them. This traditional equipment presentation plays a big role at the Arnold.
A little earlier in the 19th century, there was round globe-ended bells, which is why we like to use things like that, just because they look a little bit showier.
Make no mistake though, these are heavy. 9 years ago, this dumbbell weighed about 202 pounds, and not every competitor then could lift it. Each year, this beast gets heavier, although the goal remains the same. Each lifter has 90 seconds to get it from shoulder to overhead. Now all 256 pounds of it, as many times as they can. One of the strongest lifters and greatest showmen in modern strongman events is Derek Poundstone. Here are his thoughts on the Arnold.
It's really truly crowns this, I think, the strongest man on earth. We're all sort of forging the way ourselves. Every year the weights get heavier. No one else really wants to get in this comfort zone. We do routinely. It's what separates us from other athletes.
Here he is dominating the Circus Dumbbell, setting a world record at the 2010 Arnold Strongman Classic. Again, here's a perspective check. This little toy I've made here is about 115 pounds currently. It's got a 2-inch diameter handle. 256 pounds would be this, plus these 25-pound plates. All 6 of them. 104. 6 of them. And a handle that's thicker than this water bottle. Heck, it's as thick as a Coke can. this contest highlights our physical culture past with creating the biggest, heaviest, and oddest versions of some strength tools. A great deal of the fitness industry boasts about being extreme or hardcore, but come on, that's commercial nonsense. On this stage, we witness true examples of extreme. And if we understand that the effort involved, not the weight lifted, is what makes success attainable, then we can learn and be inspired by their journeys. Yeah, you and I can't lift that much, but we can appreciate and learn from the effort. 1,000 pounds for them might be our 100 pounds, but the intensity and the passion to overcome very real physical obstacles, no matter how we compare to these guys, will positively affect our ability to conquer any obstacle. That's hardcore. And that's the inspiration we can garner from these examples of extreme. And for the record, it doesn't get more hardcore or extreme than these guys, yet they don't have to shout about it. I've met a lot of athletes, and these guys are among the most respectful and humble folks I've ever met. And a big thanks to Jan and Terry Todd.
We have stood on the broad shoulders of actual giants.
If you haven't been to the Stark Center for Physical Culture and Sports at UT Austin, make it a priority on your to-do list.
Very good.